We're joined by New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, and you have argued for a long time that unemployment and the economic crisis in this country is related to immigration reform. You call our immigration policy, quote, a national suicide.
Yes.
Really?
Because we are pushing people that other countries want away from our shores, and when they invent the next best thing, the job creation, drugs, the job creation, technologies, the job creation, ideas for service, they're going to be doing it in other countries. We want those entrepreneurs here, Yahoo and Sun and Intel and Google. Companies like this are the big job creators in America, all started by immigrants. And now all of a sudden we're giving immigration a short shrift. We're not letting those people who want to create jobs here do that. And you can go up to Vancouver and you'll see all the jobs in Vancouver where engineers can't get into America. We're hiring Canadians instead of Americans. This is craziness.
But I think the concern isn't people who've come here and whose visas have expired after they get done with college. It's about people who come here illegally. There's a widely held belief, perhaps you think it's wrong, by many Americans that people who are here illegally are taking jobs that American citizens
There is that belief. There's no statistics to back it up. And I can tell you we have we estimate 500,000 undocumented illegals in this city, and basically they come here to work. They have very low crime. They don't use our schools because they're young and they tend not to bring their families, and they don't go to hospitals. They don't need hospital care when you're young, but they do work hard, and a lot of those people want to start small businesses. If I were the president working with Congress, I would give a green card to anybody from around this world who wants to come here, create a business. They keep the green card as long as they employ, let's say, 10 or more workers. If we're going to work ourselves out of this problem, we have to long-term fix education. There's this big gap between skills and demands. A lot of jobs in this country going begging because people don't have the skills for them. But we also need to create those small businesses. That's where people that don't have the high technology skills will be able to get jobs.
So then what do you do for the American who is out of work, who's saying, it can't even collect at this point unemployment benefits, who's saying, what are you going to do to take care of me?
We're going to create the jobs. That's what the president and Congress has to do. They've got to explain this.
But do you spend more money to do that? Are you on the side that we need to spend more money to stimulate the economy?
You can spend a lot of money to stimulate the economy, but there's a long lag time between when Congress votes and the president signs a spending bill and the money actually gets out there. And most of the money that gets out there gets spent with people who already have jobs. Very hard to argue which jobs are created by a stimulus bill. Yes, more construction workers, if you build a building, takes a long time from when they sign a bill till the building gets going, and some of the crafts don't come in until the end, some at the beginning. The bottom line is you can only get this economy going if people have confidence in the economy and that they see the government is doing something. And the paralysis in Washington doesn't give people confidence. And when they pass a spending bill that gets spread out with a lot of pork barrel stuff, doesn't give people confidence. If you don't have confidence, you don't go out and buy a new house. No construction. You don't go out and buy new clothing. Not in the garment industry are there jobs. You don't go to the restaurants.
But so how do you create that confidence in the short term?
Well, that's the job of leadership. That's the president's job, and that's Congress's job. And you do that by passing intelligent bills. Immigration reform is the first thing I would focus on right now. Stimulus, that's fine if you do shovel-ready things that this country needs. We have walked away from the long-term projects that will give us real benefits. Instead, we go out there, and if you take a look down the stimulus bill, you'd be shocked at all the things that money went for, most of which were going already.
The president gave his first speech of his administration on immigration reform. I know you were there. You're very involved in this effort. Let's take a listen to what he said about immigration reform.
The system is broken, and everybody knows it. Our borders are just too vast for us to be able to solve the problem only with fences and border patrols. It won't work.
The president said in that speech that the estimated 11 million illegal immigrants in this country should be offered a path to citizenship. That's something you agree with, but Republicans have argued that amounts to amnesty and rewarding illegal behavior with American citizenship.
Well, if that's true, you and I both need amnesty as well, because we were complicit back in '86, this country passed laws that everybody knew was not going to be enforced. We deliberately let people come in to work in lots of industries. We liked low-cost goods. We liked all the farm produce that immigrants picked at low wages, all of that kind of stuff. So we were part of that as well. But whether that's true or not, whether they're here illegally or broke the law, the issue is They're here. You can sit here and you can argue about what was, or you can try to help the people in America who need jobs now. We are not going to be able to deport 11 million people. Let's get on with it. This is all very simple. In '86, we passed these laws, and today we have 10 million more undocumented. So what you have to do is you reduce the demand for coming across the border by saying to employers you cannot hire illegal undocumented, and you have to give the employers the ability to tell whether you're documented or not, and that means a Social Security card that you can't buy a forged for $50. Then you put the troops or the police on the border. We've done that, but haven't done the first part. Unless you reduce the number of people coming across, the cops can't handle it. Then you give visas to those who are going to create jobs here. Then you give a path for the 11 million, and let's get on with this. This is craziness. We're whipping ourselves rather than looking at the problem.
All right, Mayor Bloomberg, thanks so much for being here. I know this is an important cause for you, close to your heart, and you're working very hard.
And for America.
Thanks so much.